In these hills that surround Honduras' capital, people don't know much about economics. But they know enough to know that the backlash from the overthrow of their president will not leave them untouched.
We're worried because this means more crisis for us, the poor. Even before, we couldn't find work. People were being laid off. So imagine what will happen now.
The consequences are beginning to hit home.
There is no political stability for foreign investment. There is no certainty about which government or regime is the legitimate one. And that will further complicate our economic situation that was bad even before all this happened.
There is no running water here, and to get it would almost certainly depend on international development aid. Honduras' deposed President Manuel Zelaya is now appealing to the international community, and particularly to the United States, to increase pressure on the military-installed interim government, especially economic pressure. The interim authorities seem to believe that they can resist, that they can hold out, but not the people who live in places like this. Honduras depends heavily on loans from multinational financial institutions to keep the economy and the budget afloat. Now that's been cut. And millions of dollars in bilateral aid from Europe and the United States are also now off limits unless the deposed president is restored to power.
None of this aid is flowing through the pipeline now.
As the crisis enters its second week, there's growing unease among Honduras' economic establishment.
The economic groups were happy about Manuel Zelaya's ouster, but they are very unhappy and worried about the lack of governability and control that the current regime has. They see that the crisis is being prolonged and that there wasn't a quick fix like they thought.
Clearly, the military-installed regime also miscalculated the repercussions of overthrowing an elected president. But there is just so much economic pressure that the international community can exert without punishing the people in this country who are the most vulnerable and who had nothing to say about the military coup. Lucia, Newman, Al Jazeera, TEGUCIGALPA.